Indiana Jones with a twinkle and a smile, crafting dreams together in a homemade style. Tinsel on the table and the lights aglow. Let's make magic happen in the fall and snow. Deck the halls with glitter and blue.
Hello dear friends, and welcome to my channel Crafting with me, Indiana Jones, and happy Christmas in July. For today's Midsummer Creator's Choice, I decided to go with a Christmas in July theme, and this playlist is hosted by my sweet friends Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling and Monica of Up All Night DIY. If you know them and you know their channels, I don't have to say anything more, but if you don't know them, you have to visit both of their channels. You'll be inspired for days to come, and especially when it's a free choice for the creators of this playlist. But let's see what I got up to today. So I'm going to start with these Dollar Tree tiles and these Dollar Tree rounds that you can get obviously at the Dollar Tree. Is it $1? No. Is it $1.25? No. Is it $1 something? Probably, but you know, we don't know anymore. That's the state of Dollar Tree these days. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to attach this to one of my rounds. I chose this because you can find these materials anywhere, any time of day and year. So you can create Christmas decor all year long. Now, I have to tell you, this video was brought to you by a lot of challenges. Yes, because my camera died. This is like, I don't know, the third camera I've gone through, whatever, but it fell down and went kablooey. And it doesn't film. It just records my voice, which, although some people say they find it soothing, others find it annoying, but that's fine. I do need to create a video. So, there's Kudu, my Christmas cat. Regardless, I do have a camera. It's a different angle. And here I'm going to use my folk art plastic paint, I believe. It's the matte paint. I am so sorry. It's the matte paint in red. And I use matte paint because it does stick so well to this plastic material. I also have folk art plastic paint, which also sticks very well to plastic material. Either way, just find some kind of paint that adheres well to plastic material and it doesn't like flake off or anything like that. I find that matte and chalk paint work very well. Guru is my magical Christmas cat, and she's here to help me out, even though I've fixed everything so it's like nice and decorated. You know, she's the best decoration. We know that. A black cat is always the best decoration. So here I am painting that plastic tile. Now, I really like this tile because of the decor. I'll be honest with you. I was inspired by Pinterest. I'm not going to say I came up with this on my little lonesome, but don't we all get inspired by Pinterest and other folks? And I say that's wonderful as long as you credit them where credit is due. And if it's from Instagram, it's from Instagram. And there you have it. I have it all painted out. It took like a bit of time to dry. I think I let it just dry for an hour because I was going to do some dry brushing. This is kind of an old world, I don't know if it's farmhouse. Look at that red. It became this really deep, rich red once it dried. It was very nice. And now with the whitewashing, or the dry brushing I should say, with some white paint, look at those details. It just looks so nice. But I thought this looked very old warm. It had an old world, a warm charm as well, but an old warm, oh my gosh, I said it again, old world charm. There you have it. It's an old warm, oh Lord, I'm not going to say it again, world charm. I think it looks really nice. I mean, it looks very Christmassy, and this would fit in to farmhouse or cottagecore. I think it fits in so many different ways. Victorian, vintage, whatever you call it. I think this is a very versatile style, and again, so easy to make, so inexpensive. At least if you bought yourself, this is all from my stash. I'm kind of happy I hoarded all my Dollar Tree stuff because now the prices are going up and up and up. So once my paint is dry, now I'm going to decorate it, adding some beautiful ribbon that I also had in my stash. Thank goodness for sales after Christmas of 90% off and more, because that's where I get my ribbon. This, actually that one burlap green ribbon that was from Dollar Tree, and this one that I'm cutting now, the other two are from I believe from Hobby Lobby from their 90% off. So take advantage and buy things when they're on clearance. Now I'm adding some greenery that I already had, and then I'm going to start my next project. For my next project, I'm going to use this ornament form that was also from Dollar Tree from last year, and that tile once more. I had a couple in my stash, which I'm very glad I had. But this time I'm going to cut out the center design so that I have this hole in the middle. Yes. And I'm going to use these transfers that I also already had in my stash. People using your stash, don't let anybody criticize your craft stash. It's called craft stash jealousy, okay? If anybody picks on you, because they wish they had what you have in your stash. You know, the best thing is to have a good stash, have it nicely organized, or at least in one particular room, unlike me that I have it everywhere, and be able to just go to your stash whenever you are inspired. Now for this one, again, for the old world charm, I'm going to use green, of course, to contrast with the red. Now, instead of doing a white dry brushing, I'm going to use gold because I just saw that this gold and green just make such a beautiful combination. And again, all it is just dipping your paintbrush in a little bit of paint and, you know, wiping a little off before you paint it and just dry brushing it very lightly. Now, I glued the, I haven't glued anything yet, but I did glue the image that I'm going to have at the center of my ornament here, which was an IOD Santa transfer and some scrapbook paper. And again, including the ribbons that I already have in my stash, I'm going to finish off this lovely oversized ornament. Again, another piece of wall decor that I can use anywhere. Now I'm sure once or twice you've received a little canister of cookies like the ones that they have at the dollar store, and this had a beautiful design, a wintry design, and I thought this would be perfect for a little assemblage. Not only did I think it would be perfect, but Luna did too, so she's here to review and approve everything that I'm doing as my quality control cat. There she is. Now that she's situated, we can continue with my crafting here. So I used some old styrofoam that I had around the house. It happened to be black, so I painted the top white. Now this little Nutcracker dude, he was from Jim Holt's collection. Jim Holt's collection. I always name him wrong. Or Tim Holtz. I always name it wrong. But anyway, I had them in my collection, so I'm going to add it to this assemblage. I decided to take the trees out and add this beautiful trim because it matched with the coloring. If you notice, the trees I selected also match the coloring. Now, the little Nutcracker, I did paint him to match the coloring once again. Now I'm adding these little stars and a little gold bell, so it all is almost a monochromatic assemblage for Christmas. And I love these assemblages because you can put them anywhere. You can put them in your office or on the mantle, wherever you like. Or they make really nice gifts too. Luna really likes it. Now for the top of that little canister, I'm going to use that as part of the decor, gluing it onto a skewer and putting it in to the background of this lovely assemblage. And I think Luna matches it very well. Oh, she almost bit me. So during the summer on rainy days, we love to clean things out. So I was cleaning out my cupboards. Actually, Luke was helping me. And he found this rusty loaf pan. And before throwing it out, obviously, I decided to take it outside, paint it this wonderful color green, and create another assemblage, whatever you want to call it. And here I'm using again some of the packing styrofoam that I received, some of the items from Amazon, and just adding it to the bottom of this little loaf pan. Now to cover it, instead of using snow, because A, I couldn't find it, and B, A and number 2, I was going to say. A and B, I didn't want to make a mess. So I had this very close to me. By the way, I always keep 2 of my containers close by, either in my craft room or relatively easy to find in my holiday shed, I want to call it, so that I can craft Christmas any time of year, or Halloween. Yes, both of them. So I have these garlands in my little Christmas stash from year to year. And of course, I love to buy things when it's 80-90% off at the stores, or even those Michael grab bags. So once I've secured all of this tinsel that kind of looks like snow, tinsel, garland, whatever you want to call it. Again, a much easier way to have snow without making a mess. And once I have that secured, now I can continue creating this assemblage. Gathering all my goodies so I can see what I can create. I did hoard, I have to say this, a huge stash of these bottle brush trees because I am just fascinated by them, and I am highly influenced by Yvonne, the Ginger Chick Rehab, and for whatever reason she loved making assemblages last year, and I loved not only watching them but making some for my own as well. And I have these wonderful wacky bright colors and decided this would be such a cute assemblage with all of these little differently colored Christmas trees. I had this little elf in my stash, not sure where he came from, or she, and just decided to add him here to our little stash. And that's the great thing, is if you have little knickknacks or bric-a-brac or even like Christmas tags, whatever you have lying around the house, you can always add it to these assemblages. The little reindeer that I'm adding here is actually a cheese spreader. And I'll be honest with you, I have plenty already, so I thought this would be, I think, much cuter here in my assemblage than just waiting for me in a drawer somewhere. Now I just continue adding all the little knickknacks that I have, whether it's Christmas ornaments or Christmas bells or little gingerbread cookies, whatever strikes my fancy, like this wonderful candy cane duo that more than likely was part of another I don't know, I think it was part of a sign that just started falling apart, so I took it off. But I try not to throw away items like this because I know I'll be able to use them again. But look at how adorable, and without using that snow, I think that white garland is a great addition to any Christmas decor. Again, because it looks so snowy and sweet, it really makes a difference. Now I'm adding little cookies, that little snowman, a little, a few candy canes, anything to make this fun and festive with those wonderfully colored trees. I just thought this would be such a retro, vintage Christmas look. So I hope that you look in your cupboards, look in your closets, look under your bed to see what you can use to decorate the Christmas season this year. Now let's take a final look at everything I created today.
Indiana Jones with a twinkle and a smile, crafting dreams together in a homemade style. Tinsel on the table and the lights aglow. Let's make magic happen in the fall and snow. Deck the halls with glitter and blue, making joy with a touch that's true.
Thanks again to my sweet friend Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling, and of course Monica of Up All Night DIY. Please check out their channels and all of the channels down in the description below tied to this wonderful playlist. Thanks again for stopping by, and if you enjoyed this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, remember to stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure. And I'll see you again very soon with some more Christmas in July.